Hello, you beautiful bastards. YouTube, please need no demonetization or channel restriction. I just said a silly word. Anyway, hello. Hopefully you're having a good day. Welcome to this update on the newest strats in Dishonored 2 Corvo any percent. Now that the route has kind of settled down, sub 20 looks to be happening soon. I'll show all of my setups that I use currently in the 2009. So, yeah. Hopefully you enjoy this. I want to, in future, soon, hopefully, TM, make a 9-part series of Dishonored 2 Corvo. Basically, I want to make one video for every mission, so we don't have to do update videos exactly like this. Because currently, it is a bit hard. The original video is 1.5 hours. We have like a 50-minute update video, and now this is going to be some amount of length. So that's what I want to do in future, because then I could always just replace an individual mission with a new video. So please bear with me. That might take just a hot second, but this should get you going. In case you want the new strats, here you go. Check the timestamps below. Check the original video for all the macro and other bullshit. Join the Speedrun Discord at speedrun.com/Dishonored2. You can find the Discord button and click that, and it'll link you. And you can ask any questions you have, or ask them in the comments. I'll get back to you, I promise. So here we go. Let's get cracking with it. To get us started, I'll just show the setup that I'm using, that I copied from Seeker TV, the person who had the world record previously just now. And this peak, I aim at this peak right here when we do this first leap, like this. And then I aim right there. You see that little white thing? I aim right there. So that's my goal. So previously I could just kind of YOLO'd this, and it does work, but aligning my camera here, just looking up, blinking, 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 it seems to be a bit better, a bit more consistent. So I didn't really think of trying to look at different spots when I was doing this myself, I'm not gonna lie. I just YOLO'd it because it felt really weird, and this has made it a bit more consistent. So you might want to give it a go if you're doing this. Remember, there are other ways to do this. This still sucks. Ultimately, this thing still sucks, and I would much prefer do this. It loses like 1.5 seconds or so, but you would aim at the same exact spot on that second jump. So going from here, blink down, then aim up there, and it gives you a good angle very often. Again, finicky. Sorry, there isn't anything I can really tell about this skip. It does suck, and it do be like that. Let's do one more time. I'd love to give you good examples at least. There you go. Good stuff. On to the next. Mission 5, Conservatory. We have a cheeky little skip here. It doesn't save that much time. It's like a second and then some, I think. It saves the amount of time that basically when we run into this right here, this amount of time right now. So, you know, maybe 2 seconds. It's a bit annoying, but it's not like the worst thing ever. It's like exactly what I'm doing right now. It's a bit hard to explain because the only thing you have to really know is there's an invis wall right there. Did you see I tried jumping past the thing and you couldn't do it? So I have to go far enough and then turn to the right. The problem with this skip is this. If you go too far and then try to turn like this, you'll fall all the way down and be spawned here. And then you need to run to the trigger or try again. So I would recommend being kind of like on the safe side and trying to turn too early. Like this, because that hits the trigger at least. So that might be a good way of trying to do it. So you just turn faster, if that makes sense. So you don't like accidentally jump down. I have lost a dumb amount of time by jumping down. So just give it a go. I try to jump at the end of this area right here and then turn and then grab the ledge. But yeah, it is a bit annoying, I would say. There we go. So hey, that's a small thing, but it's for mission 6. We have a bottle skip. We have 2 of these now, pertaining with the intro things, etc. And you would preferably have 2 blinks at the skiff to use. That's like a mana root thing more than a strat thing, but we want to grab this glass, do 1 blink, then another blink, and then we come here to left side of this little dot. You look directly up, double jump, at the apex of a jump, click, and then interact with the skiff. Then just spam interact, and voila. The thing is, if you're in the wrong spot, nothing drastically bad is going to happen. You're just not going to get the skip, which is much better, obviously, than, you know, it failing or something. Because with the Megan bottle skip in mission 8, we're going to have a situation like that, where if we fail the bottle skip, we are going to fuck everything up, basically. So let me show this to you again. Again, preferably with the mana root, you would want to use 2 blinks here. Without going into too much detail, we didn't want to use 2 blinks here before because it would fuck up the dialogue and we would get wrong dialogue, which would lose us a couple seconds. So it wasn't worth blinking twice after this dialogue on the boat previously. So you grab the glass, you go here, blink, blink, look down, double jump, interact. And nice. Not too bad. Give it a go. And next one. To understand how to blink past walls of light, you don't really have to know a lot. The only thing that you have to know is that we want to be hugging the god. We want to basically be touching him, right? We want to touch the god. And he needs to be in a different animation than the very, very starting animation. So when I'm going to be hitting this guard with my body, they will get startled, right? And then they'll start pulling their weapon out or whatever. And during that time, if we are hugging the guard and aiming kind of past him, we will just blink past the wall of light. So I'll show you exactly what I mean. First, I would need to get a leap. We'll do this. He gets startled, and now... You saw second animation. It's a bit hard to catch. I'll do that again. If I learned how to do quick saves. Quick saves are pretty hard to do. So again, you only have to wait for the second animation. It's a bit scary at first. And yes, if you fail the timing, you'll die. So this is something that will kill your runs basically, because it will take you back all the way to the start of mission 6 here. Unless you saved previously. So... let's try this again. Go here. He's already on the second animation, so I can just do this. Hey, very nice. We also have a dialogue skip with Megan Foster, which is a bit weird. And the way that it works in the run is we'll just run into him, or her, sorry, and we'll be looking at that silver graph behind her. She's in a different position. Because when you first load the mission, she's actually hugging the wall. So you can just go in here and spam the silver graph. But I'll show you a way to set it up so you can actually practice the movement. So when it runs, whatever you want to do, you'll at least know what's going to happen. So there is a way to set this up 100% consistently, but it's really slow. So I wouldn't recommend doing it in runs. But for practice, it's fine. Where you go into this corner. So I'm just in this corner. And now we can interact with the silver graph without talking to Megan. So when we interact with the silver graph, this is what happens. You might have had this in a casual gameplay or even in speedruns. We are in a no-clip state. So now I can just move past this wall, blink down, interact with this riddle, and then kill the civilian. And now we don't have the no-clip state anymore, and we continue normally. So that's how you do that. We just have to interact with the... silver graph. So in speedruns, you would do something like that. You would jump and look at the silver graph and hope that your interactions would happen. If they don't, you would just continue like normal, whatever you do to get to this door. But this is how you can practice the movement. If you've seen me or somebody else do this, this is how you practice it. You go into this corner, you interact with the silver graph. Then when this happens, you just go here, blink down, interact with this, kill the civilian, and do the riddle as per normal. That's all. It's a cheeky little time save that's worth going for, but you do have to also remember that it's very easy to accidentally go out of bounds, like down. So don't hold anything else. Don't look too far up or down or anything. Just because if you look down, you might get hit here. And this happens to you, and that's like bad times possibly. You can get stuck inside that building. You can get stuck in several ways here, actually. Some of these objects will throw you. Some of them start moving you on your own. You can see on my keyboard, I'm not doing anything. And before you ask, no, we can't skip the riddle with this permanently, sadly. I wish we could, but it do be like that. We can't do that. To the next one. Now, next up is most likely what you might have come here for. So, after mission 7, you know, if you interact with this door now, we'll go to the cutscene. We'll just go into this nice little nook here, look right in front of us, and blink, and we're out of bounds. This part was already from the old tutorial, but then now is some new stuff. So, first of all, before we do this leap, we want to have our weapons properly sheathed. So you don't want to have them like halfway. Some leaps you can do as soon as the left hand goes away. I'll tell you right now, you want to start sheathing as soon as you drop down. And then we want to jump into this and do a leap. So you want to jump into it and do a leap. This corner is really awkward. So if you like go into it like this and then you try to do a leap, you might not even get a climbing animation. And you want to just look right in front of you, and it'll take you where you need to go eventually. So once you do this like this, you can just get here. This is where we want to get. So let's do that one more time. And again, remember, sheath completely. Sheath completely. This saves like 18 seconds total, this. So instead of going down and killing in the outsider and all that bullshit, what we do now is something way more exciting. We will land here, grab a ledge, and clip through an invisible wall. It looks like this, okay? This is how it looks. This is pretty much the speed that I would do it in speedruns. Like that. That's how it looks like. And I'll show you exactly what is going on. So I'm playing on the max field of view on 16:9. So 1080 resolution, 16:9, and I'm playing on the max field of view. This might make a difference, so remember that. So if it doesn't work for you or it's something weird, this is what you want. So when we are approaching this ledge, we want to find this little corner here. So you see this. So we have like this little indentation or whatever. It's this peak. You want to crouch and you want to look at the outer line. So this is the inner line. This is the outer line. So you want to put your mouse as far down as it goes. You walk to it like this, and then you stand up. That's it. That's the first part. Second part is finding where to look with your cursor. So Seeker looks a bit left, and I look as smack dab middle as I can of this black thing. Then hold shift, hold W, and start holding space as you're falling down. And you should grab this ledge. There is no RNG, there is nothing, no movement or nothing involved. You do this, and you grab this ledge. Again, feel free to try out your own setups, anything that you might find more comfortable, but this for me is like the best thing. So you grab this, you look here, you can find this spot, do this. And I fucked up. It is precise. Did I tell you it's precise? It is precise. So, like, that's why I said maybe look a bit more left, like Seeker does. You'll have to try it out. It's also most likely going to depend on your frame rate. I am stuck at 120 frames, and this is when it works for me. Then here, when you're here, you want to let go of shift. You want to walk forward just a bit. You look down. You can pull out your blink if you want to. You don't have to. You lean. And then now this is the tricky thing. Do you see like this corner? I'm moving my mouse left and now right. As soon as I hit this corner, you can blink. So you want to basically aim anywhere here. But you can't just aim down and look there. Or you can't just aim down and like try to look at that spot. You need to move your mouse left and right. Right? So that's why I'm pointing my mouse all the way down, leaning, and then I'm just aiming right. I'm like pulling my mouse down and right until I hit this corner. If you can understand, like corner, like now. And then when I'm here, you just blink. No need to hold forward or anything. You just blink through. That's that. Now the hard part is obviously doing all of this fast. So I'll try to do that. Again, this is, don't get disencouraged. Also, you want to sheath because you're going to drop with different speed if you have your weapons out. So don't get disencouraged if you can't get this first try. I had to grind this stupid trick quite some time to find a setup that works for me, that I'm comfortable with. And I should have created a save here, but I'm acting a bit silly. Don't mind me. Let's do it one more time. One more time. One more time, please. Like I said, this leap is annoying. It's really hard to not tilt here. Go here, find this corner, look here, aim, start holding space, forward, Q, aim, press Q and just start aiming down and right, blink, and we're through. Then the rest of the mission is just like you would do it normally. But it is tricky. We had like 3-4 different setups. I'm showing what works for me consistently, and hopefully I can, you know, if you've seen my runs or if you've seen my stream or this video, hopefully you believe me that this is truly what I do and this is truly what works for me. And yeah. And remember, when you are crouching, you are looking at a different spot than when you are standing up. And also remember, depending if you come from this angle and you aim here, you're going to see this differently than if you came from here. So I try to just come as straight on as I can, really. And then do this. You'll get a feeling for it as well. And if you feel you're too far left or right, you can move your camera, or you can use W or E, A to move yourself midair so you don't die. By trying this out repeatedly, you'll find out where you'll die and you'll have to fix it yourself. I'm sorry. It's one of those things, but it does save a ridiculous amount of time. So it's super, super worth grinding it out and super, super worth getting comfortable with this. We have a new skip here at the very start of mission 8. So we are loading into the skiff. We're going to be skipping this dialogue. We're going to be grabbing this glass in front of us. And then you pull out your blink. You go here just like normal. This is the normal stuff. But then you turn around with your weapons out. You grab the flammable bottle and keep holding F. And like you saw, I actually sheathed. Even though I picked up the item, but I sheathed like this. Then you can do a leap. And then you want to be anywhere from left side of this bar, pretty much. Then now this is the tricky part. This is where the trick starts. You want to be holding control. So block, you can't even see it, but I'm holding it. You can see it in my mouse. Then you look up, you blink and throw and interact with the skiff. It's like a timing thing you have to get down. Then, as soon as we interact with Megan, this is how tight it is. As soon as we interact with Megan, that flammable bottle is going to come down and burn and damage her, and we're going to skip the dialogue. If it hits her any fucking millisecond earlier, not good, basically. You have to get that dialogue going, or like that. You have to get that prompt thing going. So I'll show you what can happen. If you don't block, you get a hard fall because of the blink. And then you're like, uh-oh. And this is really anyone's guess now. It still worked. But if you're a bit slow in the inputs, not good times. So let me do it once more time. So it's just annoying to get used to, but you have to hold block before you're throwing. Because your character is already holding block. As soon as we do this, you can see I'm holding block. And that's how you can skip the falling animation. So unlike with the Mission 6 one, we can't simply double jump and throw. We have to actually blink and throw, or otherwise it's not going to work properly. Now, Mission 8 proper has a new route kind of thing, which is this. Doing a leap from this, what I like to do is aim at the left side of this bar to get like a little nice bounce. And then we have to go and aggro this guard in a specific way that we can use his body to blink past the wall of light. That's a lot to take in. So, I'll just do this a couple times for you. I'm not quite comfortable to do this guard blink always in runs now, because there's variance, and this guard has to go the right way, or there we didn't have enough body contact, so I didn't actually get the skip. I died. I didn't get my blink cancelled. Or then you might fuck up this one and just get stuck here. I didn't. That's basically perfect. Other than you want to land on the guard. I'll show you an alternative faster strat that, you know, wasn't known until very recently as well. If you don't want to do this guard bullshit, because it is pretty rough. I'm going to be honest with you. It is pretty rough. Because you have to bounce him from the right, and then you have to blink when he's doing an animation. While hugging him and aiming at the right spot. So you can see how the inconsistencies can be a bit annoying with this. But I do believe this is going to be one of those strats that give it a year for me, and you know, you'll see it on every Corvo run that we do. Well, any percent run, I'm sure. But hopefully this will show you that it's a bit of a mess at times. If you're wondering why we don't need the incendiaries, it's because of the new Delilah skip. If you don't do the new Delilah skip, you want to grab those incendiaries as well. So the mana potion and the incendiaries. So this is the exact same logic as the one in Mission 6. So just that, you know, it's more annoying because there's a thing in front of the guard, so we can't quite cleanly bounce into him. Generally, what's going to happen is the way that you're going to fail the skip is that you blink too early, or the guard goes the wrong way, or you're not hugging the guard. So those three things. Be hugging the guard, make sure you're not blinking too early, and, you know, just do it properly. Also, blink 2 route, right? So you can't do this with blink 1. You're not going to reach it. So Sarah, you say, what if I can't make this? What if the guard goes the wrong way or something? We have a backup, okay? So pretend that the guard goes the wrong way if he doesn't. Let's say he goes the wrong way, okay? The backup is simple. We go here and crouch into this corner. We look left, lean, and we just blink through. That looks really slow and messy, but it's because, obviously, I was showing you how to do it. So, let's try this again. You can also just go directly here, which is kind of what I prefer right now. You do have to crouch and then still move on. You want to look at the corner so that doesn't happen, what I just did. So you do this, here, look at this corner, aim left, and blink. And that is faster. That saves mana compared to going above it, and it saves time compared to going above it. So what I would do previously is something like this, into on top of this, into here, into landing down, etc. So you can see how it's faster. This is also pretty risk-free, and if you have issues with the guard, going through this guard, which, you know, you might be a bit stressed, it's the end game, you want to see maybe if you got duked, you know, I understand it. Don't do it. Just do this. It's very easy, nice, and free. Super nice. Let's get down to the last big strat of the game. God damn it, Mission 9 is going to be a wee hoozy. I am actually going to start this from the boat. because instead of doing the glass throwing lean skip, there is something much easier, and I'll show you step by step. I think most of you will love this more. So you grab the glass, you pull out your blink, you go here, you lean, blink, then you can stand up if you want to, because you need to stand up either way. So you either stand up there, or if you do crouch blink, you have to stand up here, but then you need to be in touching distance of the skiff, and you need to look up, and you can't have this camera wobble going on. If you have this camera wobble going on, the glass isn't going to fly up straight. So you look up, throw, interact with the skiff. That's it. Much easier than the leaning thing that we used to do. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It's exactly kind of like the old bottle skips in intro. I'll do it one more time. If I have a save capper. It's exactly like the old bottle skips where we throw a bottle up. You just have to make sure that your cursor isn't like going up and down, because that's going to fuck it up for you. Let's do it one more time. That's going to fuck it up for you. So just, you can either uncrouch first, which might be safer. I would argue that's safer. Or just crouch afterwards. Just make sure cursor isn't moving when you do it. Here we go. I prefer to pull out my blink right now. Doesn't really matter. So that was me crouching first. Uncrouching first and then fucking up because I normally crouch out later. And there we go. That's that. The very start of this actual mission is going to highly depend on your comfort level. Do whatever you feel, do whatever you feel is the most comfortable for your amount of mana and your experience. What I currently do is I just do this, like this. This isn't new per se, but I'm just saying that you will see other people do different things, and you just want to do whatever is the most comfortable for you. And now, when practicing this next part, I'm going to be saving outside of this, because as soon as we enter this next area, Delilah is going to start her little animation. This strategy that I'm showing you right now kind of requires a specific timing. You need to be at least as fast as I am right now to make this, like, cozily. Because we want to do some specific actions to Delilah that we can only really do if she's standing still or walking backwards. If she's standing on the painting, it's not good. So that was really fast. And then I fucked up. But you see that's how fast you have to be for this. You want to catch her, like, when she's walking backwards or when she's, like, standing still. Then we shoot her in the foot. Then we have to wait at a specific animation. So she lands, and then, like, you know, just a moment after that, we'll use the heart on her, and that skips the animation of the heart, like, activating or whatever, which is really good, because then we can use that to simply, it's really hard to do and explain at the same time, sorry. We can use that to simply shoot her in the head, and the game thinks she's dead. And I'll make a save up there so I can show it to you repeatedly, but I want to show you this in, like, real time as well. This is really hard, but it does save, like, 13 seconds over going into the heart. But if your time is really bad and you, like, suck at getting to Delilah like I do right now, don't worry about it. It's really okay. Just maybe practice this trick, and then, you know, once you get a bit better, a bit faster, you can make it here in time. So yeah, like this and this. And that's that. We can touch the daughter's statue. So what happened there was I shot, waited for her to drop down, right? And then when she lands first, and then she kind of rolls a bit, that's when I use the heart. So it's just a timing thing that you need to get good at. And there's sadly nothing else to it. So I'll show it to you again. That wasn't good. That was, like, too slow, I think. Oh, she's going to do the painting. That's okay. We'll chill here for a bit. So when she's walking backwards or standing here, that's when you can do this. Shoot in the foot. Do that. Interact with statue. If, for some reason, you shoot her and she doesn't like... You can't interact with the statue. Just... Whoops. You have to shoot her again, right? Do not use an incendiary. If you use an incendiary and she doesn't die from it, then, well, you're fucked, basically. I'm just doing this again and again now to show you the timing is consistent. I'll do it too fast now. This is too fast. This is what happens. You'll have to skip the cutscene, and I can't touch this, and you would have to go and kill Delilah normally. The issue is we have no incendiaries, right? So you would go here and be like, uh-oh, no incendiaries. So if you're not 100% on this sorry, if you're not 100% on this strat yet, please pick up the extra incendiaries in Mission 8 that I skipped. And this is too late. Well, that still fucking worked. Amazing. Let me do it like super late, actually. Wait, hold up. Well, yeah, that doesn't work. It's weird. Because I swear to God, there's like a couple spots where you can do it at. And I like doing it right there. And I'll just show it to you like 3, 4, 5 more times. Because seriously, this timing is a bit weird. Seeker says he counts like 1, 2, 3 or something. I want to actually slow down the game so I can show you exactly what animation I'm talking about. So this is going to be 0.25% speed now. So we're very slow. Just wait. And now, you see that little that she does? Like she drops on her ass. Let's do it at 0.75. Drops on her ass, and then she does like additional movement afterwards. Now. Right? To me, that's a good visual cue. And to me, the timing feels pretty okay. So that's that. There's not really much else to this, but I just gotta be like completely honest. It is not the easiest and freest thing ever, but it does save a bunch of time. So again, I want to make like a proper video where we go through the mission per mission. So this was a bit rushed, this video, don't mind me. But I want to go through like mission per mission. Even that would work. But you want to shoot her in the face though. Seriously, you really want to shoot her in the face. I want to go through mission by mission and go more in depth. Pardon me. Hey, good shit. We got this. Nice. And hopefully, you know, if you have any further questions, please ask. Please join the Discord, like I said. I hopefully said that earlier. Please join the Discord. Check speedrun.com/Dishonored2 and check the Discord button. We can help you or leave comments down below. I will get back to you. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. I think I covered all the new stuff. And yeah, this is what's going to help me get sub 20, hopefully. Have a good one. Cheers.